Hello, Gabby Turner here. Welcome to this pick a card reading. It is beautiful and wonderful to have you visiting my channel. I hope you're here to stay. I've got three options here from left to right, and we're going to be looking at what are they really, truly feeling for you right now. So like their realest, truest feelings. Option number one is a wild turkey. Option number two is a hyena, and option number three is a seal. So those are your three options, again, from left to right. Number one, number two, and number three. I'll have the timestamps listed in the description box with the name of each animal. So I'm going to hold them up and you can take your time to decide. And when you're ready, just use those timestamps and I'll see you at your reading. Right, option number one, you chose the wild turkey, and this is an oracle deck that I created, a little handmade deck. If you've been around with me since my first channel, Empress Tarot by Gabby Turner, which still has lots of great content. So if you haven't looked at that channel and you want more from me, there's a ton of content on there. But I used to use this, so you might remember seeing it before if you've been with me for a while. But on the back part of the message is a message from your beloved. So I'm just going to read what it says. I feel so blessed to have you in my life. Let me never take your love for granted. You make me feel at home. I feel like this person is missing you. They're missing feeling at home. Or if they are at home with you or spending time with you, then they're still feeling it. But I do feel like for some of you, they're kind of missing you. So anyway, let's tap into the tarot and see more. What are they really, truly feeling for you right now? So we have the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands reversed. I feel like this person is maybe searching for information about you, but they're not finding it, or they're not finding what they're looking for. Like if they're like looking for your social media and they're not finding it, or they found it but there's like not much on there, or it's like, I don't know, they don't feel satisfied. They don't feel satisfied that they really know enough about what's going on. So I feel like for a lot of you, must be some sort of distance, or you're not as actively in each other's lives right now or something. It's like they're trying to find out more about you, but they feel like you're sort of obscured in some way. I suppose even if this is someone that you're actively still interacting with on a regular basis, they could still feel this way. Like, you know, I don't really know everything that's going on with group one. I want to know. So they're curious about you. That's the first thing that's coming up. They're curious about you because they do feel at home with you. They feel a sense of emotional comfort. But I think they feel like maybe you are purposefully trying to keep your distance from them, or that you would want distance from them. In any case, they want to get closer to you, to like spend time with you, to know more about you. I feel like they're hoping that that would be mutual, but it's like they don't really feel certain that it's mutual at the same time. Like first you were coming through as the Queen of Swords, now the Hermit. Like I think that they feel like maybe you just want space, or like you want to be in your own energy. For some of you, I think they might even be remembering a moment when you wanted to leave the room, or like leave the place that you were at together, to like get away and get space. Yeah, we have lots of like wanting to spend time by yourself. Like, I need room to breathe. I need space. Like, Either they're thinking of you having that quality, or they're like remembering a time, or both. I think that they don't have that same need for personal space that you do, and so they're not totally understanding that about you. Like they do, I mean, they do understand, you know, like that people are different. Some people need more space than other people. Like, yeah, they understand that. You know, they understand it, but like they don't understand it in a personal way because they are not feeling that way. Do you know what I'm saying? They do feel like it creates a sort of struggle between the two of you. You know, because they want to kind of cling on to you. They want to cling to you. You make them feel at home. They feel comfortable around you. But they're like, group one doesn't feel comfortable around me because they're always wanting to like leave and like go their own way or have space or have time to themselves. And I don't know. I mean, they do understand, like they appreciate that you are like out here charting the course of your life. Just, you've got things that you're trying to do. Like they do feel like, you know, it's not like you're just avoiding them for no reason or something. You know what I mean? Like they do feel like you're doing what you need to do for yourself. You have your own life, right? You have your own personal fulfillments and things that you want to do. They get that. They respect it. But yeah, they see you as having like, I would say like very strong boundaries. And especially when you're focused on something that's important to you that you're creating, whether that's your work or a hobby or like studying with this Three of Pentacles, like maybe it's gardening. I don't know. It's like something that's important to you that you have to put time and energy in to like complete. And like, you know, for some of you, it might even just be cleaning your house. Like when you're focused on cleaning, you are focused on cleaning, and that's your me time. This is strange. I've never gotten that message before. Not generally true for me. I guess I've had moments where I kind of enjoyed cleaning and it was kind of satisfying, but yeah, it's like they're thinking about that, that you really need to focus on your me time. But your me time seems to be like very productive. It could be exercising too, you know, like it could be all sorts of different things, but like your me time is your me time. You do come through to them as someone who's like uses your me time productively, but like doesn't want to be bothered when you're doing that. You know what I mean? But they do also feel like they're like, okay, you know, like when we have special moments together, they are really truly special. Like it does, I guess the sort of like space that you put up creates a sort of absence makes the heart grow fonder. So it's like when we do have time to like be together, it's truly special. They do savor that. You know, for those of you again where there's like distance, if you haven't seen this person in a while, they really, they love those memories of togetherness that the two of you have. They want more of that. And they feel that the time that they do spend with you is special, and that when you do spend time with them, and you're not focusing on your me time, but you're focusing on we time, like they do feel like you really give your undivided attention to them in those moments. And because of that, I think they do try to respect your space, or like try to understand that they need to respect your space to like create and be productive and, you know, do your self-care rituals or whatever it is. Okay, what are they really feeling? I feel like they're feeling like they want to go the distance with you, that they see you as someone that they shouldn't give up on. You know, they feel like they should not give up on you. So again, I do feel like some of you, you're actively involved with this person maybe, or interacting with them, and others, I do feel like for some of you, you like haven't actually seen this person in a while. Either way, they're not giving up, is what I'm getting with this Knight of Pentacles. They don't want to give up on the potential that there is between the two of you. They do still feel like there are more opportunities to expand your horizons as a couple, as a unit, as a partnership romantically. They're optimistic. They're seeing the potential is still here. They don't think that they have lost the potential with you. They do feel, for some of them, that maybe the two of you are in a little bit of a holding pattern, you know, like things aren't really moving up very quickly to the next level or anything like that. So they are trying to cultivate patience, right? Like, okay, sometimes things just have to kind of be in a little bit of a holding pattern before they finally take off and start flourishing again, right? They feel like the two of you need to get to a next level of some sort where, like, the experience of this romantic connection needs to flourish again and to have new experiences together. I feel like they want to have new experiences with you. They love the memories that they have, but they also are like looking forward to the novelty of new experiences. I feel like they might have like a certain something in mind, like a vacation. Yeah, something to do with travel that they would want to do with you. But it's like, as they're thinking about this, like, well, we could go on a vacation or do this type of thing. They're also like trying to take into account that you are someone who likes to go off and do your own things. So like, okay, if we went on some sort of vacation or excursion, there would still have to be some sort of opportunities for group one to like escape and do their own thing. Like, they sort of feel like you're a bird and they don't want to keep you trapped in a cage. They're trying to appreciate and understand that part of you. But they really want to spend time with you. That's what I'm getting the most. They want to spend time with you, to create happy memories, to have happy moments. Like, you are such a source of happiness and solace for this person. But getting back to the curiosity, they're curious about you. There's something that they're feeling that they don't know as much about as what they would want to. I feel like a lot of what they want to know and what they're trying to figure out is like, how do you feel about them? We have the Lover's card, the Magician, and the Nine of Wands. They feel that they are getting mixed signals from you. And they're not really sure what to do with these mixed signals. Like, sometimes you say things that make it seem like you love them. You say or do things that make it seem like you are in love with them even. And then sometimes you say or do things where it feels that you don't even want to be around them, or like I think they feel like maybe you've brought up something that they said or did that you didn't like, and it's like you have brought up something that is a red flag, or something that you have reservations about regarding them. But then at other times you seem like you love them. And they're like, well, both could be true, you know, like group one could love me, but also still have reservations or feel that there's a red flag here that they need to be cautious about. So anyway, these are some of the things. They just want to understand more your thought process towards them. They do feel like they have hurt you, you know, like they feel like they did something wrong. It could be they said something that was hurtful, they did something was hurtful, all of the above. But I feel like there's maybe, it could be more than one incident, but there's like a specific incident, I think in particular, that they feel like, well, of course group one's not going to be able to just forget and easily move on from me saying or doing that thing. But they also are kind of hopeful that you can still forgive them. Again, because they're getting mixed signals, they do feel that you do love them. It's just, you know, like they also know that they made a mistake of some kind. I think they feel, though, that you are probably going to be a-okay if you don't have them in your life, that you would like just be happy as could be, and maybe even be, it would be easier for you to be happy without them. This is what they're thinking. It would be easier for group 1 to be happy consistently without me in their life. However, for themselves, they're feeling like the opposite is true. You know, like they're always going to be like wanting you to be in their life. If you have taken a break from them, or you just haven't talked to them in a while, like they want more with you. Like they still want there to be more to this journey. They're just not giving up. I mean, that's like also one of the things that's coming through the strongest is they're not giving up on this connection. It's kind of almost like they're like, well, group 1 could give up on it, but I'm not giving up on it. And so long as I'm not giving up on it, there's also a hope that I could, you know, like the group 1 could come around. They're holding this candle for you, right? Like they're holding this candle. They think that you can be persuaded to try again with them or to stick it out. Okay, anything that hasn't already been said about how this person truly feels about group 1. I don't think that there's anything more necessarily to say, but I would just, as a final note, this person definitely wants to be in a like significant committed relationship with you. If you've had that in the past, they want to revisit it. They want to get back together. And if they've never had that with you, they want to have it for the first time. I think if this is a situation where you have had a relationship in the past and you're no longer together, in this person's mind, they still think of you as their partner. I mean, they know, like, that's not the label that the two of you are using right now, but like that is still the significance and the role that you play in their life. And they're hopeful that there will be a reunion and that the two of you will get back together. But they also know that that may not happen. You know what I mean? It's like they just know that that's always the place that you will hold in their heart, regardless of what happens. You will always be their partner in their eyes and in their heart. But yeah, for those of you who have never had a relationship with this person, they definitely want to try it, you know, like they just see that the two of you would be very happy together. They know that that it would make them happy, you know. And I feel like they would do their best to try to make you happy as well. And to earn your forgiveness, I think, for whatever it is they've done or said that they feel like might have been hurtful to you in the past. They know that that's an important part of the process if the two of you were ever to get together or get back together. Okay, so group 1, I hope that this makes sense and is helpful and insightful and gives you the clarity that you needed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. right, group 2, you chose the Hyena, and this is from a little handmade deck. I'm just going to start off with this part on the back of the card, which says message from your beloved, and then we'll use tarot to get more into what are they really truly feeling for you right now and thinking, etc. But so message from your beloved. Please look out for your own best interests, group 2. I can see that other people may want to usurp you as they see you being successful and do not like it. I want to be seen as your equal, but know that I truly respect your ability to take charge in any situation. All right, so they feel like you got some haters or people who are trying to disrupt your life in some way. I do feel like this person does have like a keen perception about that somehow. So like if they're seeing that happening, I think that they are correct, you know, because people can have perceptions of things and they can be wrong, right? But I think in this person's case, yeah, we have the Hanged Man. Like they're very wise to some sort of attempt to cause you problems. And I feel like they are coming through as like feeling very protective. Yeah, extremely protective. I feel like they would even maybe try to backstab your haters or something, like in order to protect you. Like they're willing to like throw down in order to protect you. And they would be proud to do it. Like, listen, they're like, if I get punched in the face, you know, like trying to take up for you, group 2, it was well worth it. It was well worth the hardship. Yeah, this person is like willing to get like gangster for you. I mean, I'm not promoting violence or anything personally, but like, I'm just letting you know. Or play dirty in some way. It doesn't necessarily have to be violence or throwing punches, but like, they're willing to play dirty in order to protect you. Yeah, I said backstabbing, and now we have in this deck like literal like backstabbing. Like they want to cause pain or like, you know, make it impossible for the people who are trying to cause harm or trouble to you to be able to do that. Like whatever means necessary. And for some of you, it might be something as simple as like telling someone to shut their mouth, you know, like if they hear someone talking about you, like if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Like it really bothers this person. Like even small things, like if people like do or say like small criticisms or negative or hatery towards you, like any small thing like that, it bothers them. Like it's almost like they can't let it go. Like they take it personally. They take it personally when people are hating on you. Okay, what else other than that is this person feeling? They're feeling the love for you. For you in particular, they are feeling the love. You have the King of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. I do get a very like kind of rebellious energy from this person. They love you so much, but they like want to get out there and like fuck shit up with you or something, or like make a scene. Let's go make a scene together. Or like, you know that song, Let's Give Them Something to Talk About? Let's give them something to talk about. Talk about love. I can't sing that. Yeah, they feel like maybe people are even bothered by the fact that the two of you have this love connection. And I'm like, that's fine with me. Let's give them something to talk about. Because they're like, I do love you. And if they got a problem with it, let's just make it, if it hurts their feelings that we have love, let's just rub it in. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, we don't owe them anything. We don't owe them any love. Yeah, a very rebellious energy from this person. I feel like, you know, this person maybe like lives their life or makes money in a very unconventional way, like not like a typical 9 to 5 type of thing. Like, they're just unconventional about everything. They don't see the world the way that other people do. They also feel that you are a very bold person yourself. Like, you know, like I said, they're very protective of you, but they also feel like you don't really need protection because you can cut people down to size yourself if you need to. Okay, this person is definitely having some sort of sexual thoughts or feelings about you. But I think they feel like it would be better for the relationship if the two of you did not, like, if you've never done that before with this person, they don't want to jump into doing that with you. Like, I think they're thinking about like sleeping with you, but like actually sleeping, you know what I mean, like cuddling up in bed. They want to get cozy with you, they want to get closer to you, but they're like, let me keep in mind the big picture here, you know, like we don't want to jump into that sexual part of it too soon. They do have a sexual interest in you. It's almost like, and maybe this is TMI, but I'm just going to say it, like when they're alone and thinking about you, they do get turned on sometimes, like, you know, physically turned on thinking about you. But even then, they don't even want to like engage in activities them by themselves. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. They don't even want to do that because they feel like somehow it's more pure, or it's better for your all's potential to have an actual real relationship if you wait. It's really interesting because they're so like rebellious and not play by the rules and like coming through as like not traditional, but they do really value a more traditional approach when it comes to like nailing it down with you and having a significant relationship. Like they don't want to do anything that would mess that up or that makes the connection between the two of you impure. I really feel that this person wants to marry you and has a like till death do us part attitude. Like they want to like build a life with you. They want to support you and encourage you in the things that you're trying to create for yourself. And they want lots of celebrations. They want to have so many like moments of celebration with you. I feel like in particular, like they have thought about a wedding ceremony and like what that, yeah, they've definitely thought about what a wedding ceremony would be like with the two of you, and a honeymoon as well. Like they thought about like what would group, they want both of your interests to be met, you know, like okay, there's certain things that I would want to have at a wedding, but I know that group 2 would want to have certain things at their wedding too, at our wedding, you know what I mean? So they think about that. Yeah, yeah, they're trying to envision this. Like, how could we have the best possible wedding and also the best possible honeymoon? But not just the honeymoon, like they like the idea of going on vacations and traveling with you. Also like learning things. Like I think that they would want to like take classes and stuff with you. This does feel to me someone who has financial means to do the things that they like in life. Like so if they wanted to go on some sort of like retreat and learn about something, I don't know, or like take a class together, like they could do that and cover the cost of it, or like go on vacation. I do feel like this person like works, you know what I mean? Like they're not just always goofing off, but they have the financial means to do the things that they enjoy in life. And they love thinking about it and like planning up things that they haven't done with you yet that they could do with you, because they're just like, it would be so much more fun to do this with group 2. Yeah, they want to enjoy the fruits of their labor with you. And they feel that it would be more enjoyable. It's like, let's say they had the house of their dreams, but you weren't there. Then it wouldn't be the house of their dreams. You know, the house of their dreams would include you. And it would also have to be something that accommodates what you like. Like they definitely are interested in like, you know, how can both of our preferences like come into play? You know, like what does group 2 want out of their house or where they live? What do I want out of it? You know what I mean? They want both needs and interests to be met. I do feel like for those of you who you're a woman watching this for a man, like they kind of like the idea of a woman being like the woman of the household in the sense of like owning it, like, you know, like this is my kitchen, you know what I mean? Or like they do feel like you as a woman should have priority, maybe like over how things are decorated or how the house should be run and stuff like that. Like they feel like it's important for women to be able to fully embody that role and you know, I don't know, and find like they see like quote unquote womanly things or like woman's work or like women's interests. They respect that, right? Like they find it respectable. Like they see women as hardworking, and like as a woman you've earned the right to run your household the way you want to run it, you know what I mean? And they're like, I love you getting to do that. So yeah, I just saw 3311. This person's feeling a lot of love for you. I think they just feel like so much, it isn't just love or like attraction or like passion. It's just like kindness. They have kindness. And this is not someone who takes shit from anybody. So I think a lot of people would not even necessarily say that this person in general is a quote unquote kind person. They are, actually, but they're kind to people who deserve it, you know what I mean? Like they're not just gonna be a little bitch to anybody, you know what I mean? But they feel this kindness to you, like they would never hurt you. And you know, sometimes, I don't know about you, but I've had this experience in like romantic things. It's almost like it's almost like sometimes there's a lot of hurting, you know, like you can be super into someone and they could be super into you, and like you're just hurting each other's feelings all the time. Like they don't have any inclination, either purposefully or accidentally, to hurt your feelings. They do want to have fun with you, but they want, again, it's like so much focus here on mutuality. 2 of Swords is about mutuality. 6 of Pentacles is about mutuality. Like they're interested in your interests. Like what are you interested in? What do you want to do? Like, do I also want to do that? Okay, if we both want to do it, we should go, like, let's go do it. Like, let's book the tickets now. Let's do the thing. Let's book the class. Let's, you know what I mean? oh, you want to go for a Sunday drive? Let's get in the car because I'm up for it too. You know what I mean? I think they feel like the two of you would just always have, they see the two of you like always doing things together, right? And they love doing things with you. And when you're not around, they're thinking about doing things with you. And when they're doing things independently of you, it's almost like your energy is still present with them. And they're like, I wonder what, if like group 2 were here, like what would they be thinking about this? Like what would they be doing if they were here with me at this moment? Okay, this was an interesting reading. What more should group 2 know about what their person is thinking about them? I mean, I think we basically covered it. I would just say, like, they really feel finally, you know, that you're so special. I don't think that they feel like they'll ever find anyone who's as special to you or like holds such a special place in their heart. They really want to be with you and like have a home and family with you. Like, this sense of being at home with you is very important to them with that 10 of Cups. So that's what I've got. I hope that that is insightful and gives you the clarity and reassurance that you need. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, group 3, you chose the Seal. So let's see what your person is really feeling about you right now. I'm going to start by reading this message from your beloved from the back of this little handmade deck that I made. It says, I might come across as fun-loving, and I am, but deep down I have more angst than most people realize. I sense that you do understand that, and I want you to know how much that means to me. Yeah, so the first thing that I'm getting about this person is that they do feel like sometimes they feel like they have to really push themselves to be the person that you want them to be, or to push themselves to be the person that you deserve or that would make you happiest. Like, I would say that they don't feel like it's a supernatural, not supernatural, but they don't think it's an extremely natural fit, the dynamic between the two of you, because of something about their own personality, that they have this sort of angst deep down. Because I think they feel that you don't, yeah, you might get that they have that sort of angst underneath, you know, a surface of like being smiley and fun-loving, but they feel like you are more just like actually smiley and fun-loving, you know what I mean, and like wanting to have a good time, and you're not an angsty person inside in the way that they are. And so I think that they feel like this is something that makes the love between the two of you a little bit more conflicted in a way. Because they're like, I don't want you, group 3, to have to like go out of your way to appease me, or, you know, to even just accept me, right? I think that they feel that they wish that their personality was a better match for you. Like, to be honest, they almost feel like there's got to be someone out there who's going to be better for group 3 than me. They don't want you to be with someone else, but they do feel like they're probably not the best match for you, you know what I mean? And it's like, they're like, group 3 accepted me despite the fact that I'm not their best match, probably, and they're like, group 3 seems to be okay with that, but they're like, I don't know if group 3 is always going to be okay with that. Like, at some point, are they going to like start being dissatisfied and feel like they settled and that they shouldn't have settled? Like they're wondering themselves, like, should group 3 have settled for me? So I mean, to me this feels like a relationship, but apply it as you will, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can pick a card reading and the reading is not for you, and so it's also good to just be able to accept that and not prolong the experience if what's being said doesn't resonate with you at all. But the best way, of course, to ensure that the reading is speaking specifically to you is to purchase a personal reading. But, you know, in these economic times, we can't always afford that. So, you know, it's good that the pick a card readings can speak to us as they do. I feel like this person does see and want a future with you. They want you to be in their future. They're glad that you're in their present. But yeah, I mean, I think that they feel that you might already be growing tired of the relationship, or they feel like scared. I wouldn't say scared exactly, but they feel aware that you might eventually grow tired of the relationship. Like maybe they feel like maybe you might grow beyond them. Yeah. So it's like they're still wanting to put forth the effort in hopes that the two of you will kind of like see things through, you know what I mean? Like, but they also, like, you know, they have sort of like doubts about whether or not it will ultimately work out and the two of you will stay together for the rest of your lives. It's what they want. They're willing to put forth the effort, but they're just not sure what will happen. They do still feel ultimately, they're like, kind of like, whatever happens, like, I feel so grateful that I have gotten to be with group 3, especially if you have children together. I mean, even if you don't, but especially if there are children that you've had together, like that, the children bring them so much joy, and they're like, it was all worth it, you know, like, again, whether they're kids or not, like, it was worth it, you know. They're like, if we ever went our separate ways or weren't together anymore, like, they do feel like maybe you could still be friends, at least, if that happened. But they also feel like it was still worth it in the end to be loved by group 3 and to be able to be with group 3 for as long as it has lasted or will last. That was still worth it. Like, it was not wasted time. It was definitely will not be wasted time. Yeah, I do feel like for a lot of them, they're almost like preparing themselves. Again, they don't want there to be an ending between the two of you, but they're preparing themselves emotionally for that, just in case it happens. Okay, what else is group 3 feeling, or group 3's person feeling? Yeah, I mean, I just feel like they view you as like a happy-go-lucky person who's always like wanting to do fun things and get out and have activities. And like they don't see themselves as being the same way, or like even maybe having the same energy to do that. Like, I think it drains this person a lot to be like active and happy and cheerful and like getting out and doing things. It's like sometimes you want to go do things and they're just like, I don't have the energy for it, you know? They don't want to keep you from doing things, and they, you know, they know that you, or they sense that you want them to do those things with you. I don't know, like this aspect, this difference between the two of you is what this person feels like. If anything were to come between us, it's not a lack of love, it's just these personality differences. they definitely love you. Like, they have no doubt of that. They feel that they will always love you, like I said, and always be grateful. But they also are like, I can't like force myself to be someone I'm not, and like pretend to be someone who I'm like always wanting to go out and do things and like have fun and, you know what I mean, like be social or that type of thing. Like, they're like, I can't just pretend that that's who I am, because I'm not. You know, like, they respect who you are and that that's what you're interested in, but they are like, I always also respect myself. But they don't want to harm you or like hold you back. You know, they don't want to. This wanted to come out reverse, this devil card. They don't want to hold you back because they love you so much. They actually think that you have changed more during the course of your all's relationship than the other way around. They're like, I've basically been the same person, you know, but like group 3 has kind of changed and evolved. How do they think you've changed and evolved? They feel like you came into the relationship just thinking, we're gonna ride off into the sunset and live happily ever after. And then when you got into the relationship, they feel like that's when it maybe dawned on you that, oh, relationships are actually hard work, and it isn't just we love each other and so everything's going to be great and wonderful and happy, sunshine and roses all the time. So they think that the way that you've changed is that you've kind of like had to kind of emotionally come to terms with that and still just like embrace happiness and positivity as often as possible. They feel like maybe you like to, I don't know, you could have like to host events or have parties or go to parties or go out. Like, it feels like they see like you're coming through to me from their perspective of someone who's liking to do a lot of social things. And they're like, you try to create those moments of like celebration as much as possible so that there's always something to look forward to kind of make it worth it that relationships are hard work. You know, it's okay, at least we have something to look forward to this Saturday when we're having our friends over for poker night or whatever, you know. So I feel like on their end, like, they want to be able to support you to do that, you know what I mean? Like, they want it to be worth it to you to have chosen to be in a relationship with them. They also think about, like, what would have happened if group 3 had just rejected me from the outset. I think that's part of what fuels their gratitude, that even if things end, I'm so grateful that we had this opportunity, because they're like, what if I hadn't even had this, you know? Like, what if they had rejected me from the outset and we never had a relationship at all? Because they feel like even if that had happened, I would still have been in love with group 3. Even if I had never gotten to be with them at all, I would still be in love with them. So I'm so grateful that I've just gotten the chance. Like, they love you and adore you so much. You are so special to them. And they're like, if group 3 has graced my life for as long as they've graced my life, I am like eternally grateful and eternally in love with group 3. Okay, is there anything else to say here? Anything else that group 3 needs to know? I don't think so. Just that, like, you know, this person is not going to give up. Like, they want to keep putting in the effort, you know, for, again, they're not going to strong arm you into staying with them. Like, if you chose and you were, like, really insistent on ending the relationship, they wouldn't just drop the relationship easily, you know, without trying to make their case. But, like, what I'm saying is that, like, they're going to keep giving it their all so long as you are. They're here for this relationship and so grateful to be in it and so grateful for you in their life. All right, so group 3, that's what I've got for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.